As a software engineer who spends 99% of my time working from home, I'm gonna be honest, there are times when I don't feel the drive, I don't feel the enough motivation, and it can get mentally stale, not having the courage to do the stuff that I need to do. And most of the time when I do this, especially just doing it every day. Nothing is new, so the tasks can get monotonous, and I feel that they are kind of tedious in some sense. And yeah, it just gets boring. So that's why there are these times that I go in a coffee shop and do the work there because of these reasons. So the number one is it kind of reduces the feeling of isolation. And I spend 99% of my time at this small studio. So what I can see most of the time is just this in front of my monitor and nothing else. No, just some random texts. It's just this. This is just my reality. By the way, this is my, I guess, third list. So even before, I can still feel the isolation, especially when I am alone and not doing anything other than just work. And when I go to a coffee shop, I can feel that it kind of boosts my motivation because of the human presence. There's a human presence. There is a feeling that you are being around a society, not just in your small bubble. Like when I am at a coffee shop, I can see other people doing their work, which kind of also contagious feeling of I also need to do the stuff that they do because it's my work. It's kind of like that. There's just that kind of feeling when I feel when I at a coffee shop, and I think I cannot feel it when I am inside this small studio because of how empty it is, how dull it feels. And when I go there, it's just at some point it reduces my feeling of isolation. Although I still prefer living this way, but as a human being, I think I cannot prevent those type of feelings. So yeah, that's kind of how I cope them aside from going to the gym. So the next one is the psychological separation. We all know that when we're at our house, like for example in my small studio here, all of the things that we do here are mixed up. Like everything we do for our non-negotiable things in our day-to-day lives are being done here. Like for example, when I go to sleep, I go to the bed. When I go to the balcony, it's for kind of winding and relaxation, just seeing other people and other objects other than this computer. When I go to the kitchen, it's for to prepare food, especially if you live in a small studio. So everything is kind of mixing up, and there's no separation actually. Yeah, so going to coffee shop, it kind of gives me the separation about productivity. Like sure, I have this desk, I have this monitor. When I am here, I feel productive, but I cannot guarantee myself that it works 100% all the time. When I go to coffee shop, it's like I'm separating my rest. Like for example, my bed is just a few inches away from where I am. So it's like in coffee shop, it's just too far from my rest place. So coffee shop is like, it's like an office. When you go there, there's nothing you really do aside from just work because you can see other people working. And when you go there, when you sit down, the first thing that you do is pull out your laptop. I don't know if you are with me with this, but you cannot do other things. You cannot lay down and scroll on your phone because you cannot do that there. It just forces you at some point to be productive and to just focus on what you do. There's an idea in coding as well about the separation of concerns, where you separate the things that are connected with each other. They will be stored in one place alone. They're not mixing up together. Yeah, it's just how you organize things, and it's an important part in coding. The next one is, I don't know why, but coffee outside hits different. I was a heavy coffee drinker, but in the past few days I kind of lessened it because of the anxiety, but that's for the other topic. I don't know why, but when I was an avid coffee drinker, coffee outside hits different. Coffee outside gives me more energy than homemade coffee. And I think it's because of the reasons other than the coffee bean itself, the quality of the coffee that they serve me. But I think it's also because I go out of the studio, I walk, the sun just hits me. I think those are the factors that adds up to give me more energy. And yeah, you cannot feel those things. You cannot walk few meters from where you stay if you make yourself a coffee. So you cannot do that. And for me personally, my go-to order is iced vanilla latte. And man, I don't know what to say when someone served me IVL, and IVL is just so good. Yeah, it just gives me more energy, and it's kind of giving me a reward, the feeling of dopamine, which we're gonna talk later. Coffee outside just really hits different. So the next thing is working at a coffee shop. It kind of creates some kind of visual or environmental stimulation. I'm sure there's just one time where we scroll, we pass this type of reel or a short video, it is a split video. The upper part is the actual video, and the lower part is like a visual, it's a background of like someone playing Minecraft or Subway Surfer. I'm pretty sure you also, seen some kind of reel, something like that. It's psychological, and our brain really loves visual stimulation. Like in a coffee shop, other people's just walking around and doing the movements that you cannot feel or you cannot see when you are in front of your monitor at your home, and you just, focus on there. There's no visual stimulation. And for me, I really like this kind of background. Like when I am really being productive, or when I want to be in the flow state, I play some white noise instrumental music, so it kind of also acts as a white noise for us, so you can hear the background noise there. You can hear ambient conversations. For me, it's not distracting. For me, I don't know, but I'm not being distracted with that. It can get me to the flow state fast. The last thing is, it's just about the dopamine. Going to coffee shop and working there, I don't know, it just gives me dopamine. And just like what I said earlier about your sunlight hitting your skin, or you walk just a few meters or kilometer away from where you stay, it just gives you dopamine. And there's really no doubt that those are the activities that give us the good dopamine, not the scrolling that gives us cheap dopamines. So yeah, I think working at a coffee shop is just fun. For me, if I have a lot of money for me to work in different coffee shops, I'm gonna do that. But of course, we live in the Philippines and we need to save. I don't do this a lot of times. I just do this like I think once a month, twice a month. It also kind of like a reward for me. But I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments if you also feel the same way. Yep, stay focused.